guys, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I am Kelly and I'm really excited for this collab. Instead of Numbing Debt Friday, we are doing Frugal Friday with Marissa Hart, and she's hosting an awesome collab of frugal things on Friday, which is fun. So I am doing a collab on how to cut your utility bill, how to slash that bill, how to save money. It is so important. So guys, if you're coming over from the collab, welcome. I hope that you stick around. My channel is all about living life well on a budget, and budgets actually give you freedom. So stick around and learn exactly what that means. And if you're coming out or going out from the collab, check out the description box with all of the channels listed down below. There's some really, really great channels that you will just love. So go check them out, subscribe to them. Saving money on utilities. First of all, just want to preface this. I live in an apartment that's about 1,200 square feet. And before I got married and I was living here, my FPL bill, which is what we have, Florida Power and Light here in Florida. So my electric bill was about $28 on average a month. Yeah, that's crazy. Most of my coworkers are like in the hundreds. So $28 a month. Now that I'm married and it's two of us, so double the water, the electric bill is, or the AC is running stronger because my husband likes it colder than I do in Florida. Now that we're married, it's about $52 a month. So it's almost doubled, but not quite. But still, $52 a month for an apartment in South Florida with 85-degree heat most of the year, sometimes well over 100. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to give you my best tips on how to keep your electric bill down. If you have any tips for me that I didn't mention, please go check, please let them down below in the comments. I would love to hear them. I will have some affiliate links in the description box, so if I mention any products or anything like that, go check it out. I'll have Amazon links for you. All right, so first is a power cord. How is a power cord gonna save you money? Well guys, if you unplug things that are not in use, you're gonna save a lot of money. I think they said that having something just plugged in is still using 10% of its energy. That's crazy. So especially when you're going and traveling away on vacation, make sure you go ahead and unplug everything that you can. Things that we don't unplug are like modem or router, stuff like that, refrigerator obviously, but anything that you can unplug, unplug. And it's really great to use a power cord because then you can unplug multiple items at a time. Or if it's like sandwiched behind the couch, you can just unplug it easily by having one plug. We have one in our kitchen that is just two outlets, but in it we always using our microwave, our air fryer, our toaster, coffee maker, all in that same plug. So I don't ever leave it plugged in because I'm not going to have all four of them plugged in all at the same time. So I always leave it unplugged, and when I want to plug something in, I plug it in. When I'm done, I unplug it. So easy, so simple. So really guys, make sure you are unplugging things that you are not using. It saves so much money. Next is make sure that you're using full loads of laundry. So don't go and wash like 3 shirts and 1 pair of pants because you need it for the next day of work. No, plan ahead, make sure that you have everything that you're gonna need. Do laundry once a week, or if you have a house of 5 kids, once a day, or whatever it is. But make sure you're doing full loads. You don't wanna be wasting all of that water and energy to wash all of those clothes. I remember when I first moved to Florida, I had some roommates that were from Brazil, and they never did laundry. They had like a nanny caretaker that would do all their laundry for them. So I taught them how to use the washer and dryer, and they were all excited. And then I saw them washing like 2 shirts. That's it. And I was like, oh gosh. All right, ladies, let's have a chat. And I had to teach them that, you have to wait until you have a full load, and that way it can, save money and whatnot. Another way is dryer balls. So I don't wash a lot of our laundry in the dryer. I hang dry most of it, which I will get to. But the things I do dry is like towels, sheets, white, anything like that. A lot of Jamie's clothes, it does have to be dried in the dryer. So if I do, I use dryer balls. Guys, these save so much money, so much electricity. It used to take about an hour to dry a load of towels. Now it takes about 40 minutes. It's 20 minutes of electricity being saved. So I have 2 different kinds, which I will have links down below for both of them. This is a wool dryer ball. This one is almost like a tennis ball type feel, and it really helps beat out the water, beat out the wrinkles, all of that. They can get a little noisy, but just bear with it. Then this one is a plastic one, and it has a hole in it right here, if you can see. And this actually lets steam come out, so it steams your clothes to get the wrinkles out. I don't use dryer sheets or anything like that. I just use these and they work awesome. I have cat hair. It's still able to pull up all the cat hair and everything, and it's all in just the dryer filter thing. So also make sure you're changing that dryer filter after the lint thing. Make sure you're changing it after every time you're using the dryer. If that builds up, it can cause a fire, and it makes your dryer not as effective and takes longer to dry your clothes. That's a big one. All right, along with the dryer balls is when I hang dry my clothes, I have a drying rack. So this is super easy. I can just lay out all my clothes. Also I have my washer and dryer, and then right there is my guest bathroom, and sometimes I will just pull the shower curtain and hang dry all my clothes. I put them on hangers and I just hang them on the actual curtain rod, and then when they're dry, I just bundle them up and go and put them in my closet. It is so easy. They're already on there. Because they're hanging like straight, the weight of them makes it so that you don't have the wrinkles, and makes it so it dries nice and crisp. I love it. It makes it so easy. And then you're not double doing it. So easy. That is a huge one, guys. Huge, huge, huge. Next is making sure that you have natural light coming in. So as you can see, I have these shades drawn now, but during the day I have them open so that when I am home and doing different things, I don't have to use lights, and I can just use natural sunlight, which is so nice. But I got my hair. But when I go to work, I make sure that they're closed to keep out any light and any heat from the outside. So that helps make it so the AC doesn't have to run as hard, which is huge, 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 huge. Because when the AC is running, it makes the air go, which costs more money. So I make sure that you have blackout curtains, and that when you are home during the day, use natural sunlight versus lights. And with the blackout curtains keeping heat down, you wanna have your air conditioning like 2 or 3 degrees outside of your normal comfort range. So if you are in the summer with air conditioning, if your comfort level is at like, I don't know, 72 degrees, have it at 75, 76 degrees, and just have some cold water. If I am hot and doing stuff, or I come out from outside and I'm sweating from bringing groceries, rather than cranking the air all the way down, I'll drink some ice water, because that way it's just gonna bring my body temperature down naturally without having to use more air conditioning, and I'm drinking more water, so it's a win-win. And then in the winter, I can have some hot cocoa or some hot coffee and just keep it up or keep it down cooler a little bit more, which we don't have as much in Florida. But I used to live in Massachusetts, so with the snow and everything like that, I am more than familiar with the cold, the winters, everything. And one thing I used to do when I lived there is when I would sleep with an electric blanket versus keeping the whole the whole apartment or the whole room cold. In Florida, we have central heat and central air. Up north, we had it where it was zoned for each room, which was a little better because then you could control that one room where the whole house didn't have to change temperatures. But if you did and you went into a room that wasn't already cold, you would go in there and be so cold. So use like a space heater or an electric blanket, set it on 20 minutes before you go to bed, and then it's all cozy in bed. The one that I have shuts off actually after 3 hours, so it's perfect. So it's not running all night, you're not waking up sweating. If you do wake up and you're a little chilly, you can just turn it right back on and it heats up super quick. So electric blankets, space heaters are a lifesaver. They're so good at saving money and not having to do the whole house. If you do have a Nest or something like that, you can set it so that it kicks on like 30 minutes before you wake up, so that you're not forced to stay in bed because you're so cold, and you can kind of wake up a little bit more naturally and have the house not be as cold, which forces you to stay in bed longer. Couple more is limit water usage. So if you're brushing your teeth, if you're washing dishes, take shorter showers, and make sure you are limiting your water use. Not only is it saving water, some people have to pay for their water. Some of it's included in their rent or something like that. Like me, I don't have to pay for water, which is great, but I do have to pay for heating water. So if I'm using hot water for dishes, I turn it off when I am like scrubbing them, and then I only put it on when I'm rinsing. That way you're not paying to heat it up constantly or paying for or longer showers. What you can do also is adjust the temperature on your water heater, which is super easy. Change it like 2 or 3 degrees down. You will not notice a difference. It's so easy. I've done it myself before. And you can just simply YouTube it, how to adjust the water heater temperature, put it down 2 degrees. It's gonna save you so much money. Next is LED bulbs. So guys, we love LED bulbs. They are a little bit of an investment up front, but they last like 20 years, which is just crazy to me. I can't imagine a light bulb lasting 20 years. I will have ours linked down below. We use the Philips Hue White Balance. Jamie loves these, and we actually have them controlled. This is crazy, guys. We have them controlled by our phones so that all we have to say is "Good night, Siri," and they all shut off. It's ridiculous, but it's really handy in bed when you don't want to get up, and you can just go, "Good night, Siri." And sometimes I'm like, "Good night, I love you, Siri," and she's like, "Good night has been enabled." It's really fun. So guys, LED lights, they save so much money with electricity. They're great for the environment. What I recommend is picking a color temperature, this is a lighting designer husband coming out of me, pick a color temperature and stick to it. So when a bulb burns out, replace that bulb. When another one burns out in your home of the old kind, replace that bulb. That way you're slowly doing it. That way you don't have to do a huge investment of like $50 to $100 of all of your bulbs. You can do them one at a time. So pick one, pick a brand, pick a temperature and stick to it. That's gonna really make a huge difference. They're great. The Philips ones, you can actually adjust it on our phones of what temperature we want, what color, saturation. They're really cool. So I'll have them linked down below. Next is a really cool one, which I wish we had in Florida with Florida Power and Light, is off-peak hours. So do some research and see if your electric company offers this. But a lot of companies have peak hours and off-peak hours. So if you do all of your laundry, run your dishwasher, vacuum, all of that stuff during off-peak hours, they give you a discount on that, like knots or wattage or however they measure your usage of electricity. So it can really save like 20 to 30% if you do all of your stuff during that one time, which is cool. I've called and my company does not offer it, which stinks, but definitely go check it out to see if they have off-peak hours. All right, and lastly is for our friends up north and in the colder climates is a shield guard for your cellar. So this may sound crazy, but I remember when I lived up north and our cellar door had a really pretty big crack in it. In the bottom where air could come up. So they had these shield guards, which I will link down below, where you can buy on Amazon that cover that so that you're not getting that draft. They're draft guards. So they have them for windows, they have them for doors. They save so much money and they're really great. They're not walking by and have cold feet as you go by. So yeah, they're really cool. So I will have them linked down below. All right, guys, that is it for my how to save money on utilities, how to cut your electric bill. Again, if you're new coming over from the collab, welcome. I hope that you subscribe and stick around. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.